And I'm back for a short while. Okay. Get back to where we were.
あなた方は本当に大丈夫。彼らも私も何千年もかけて月を
名前？
ええ。私たちが親しみやすいようにとアーテリスの
ああ、そうだそうだとも。俺たちはハイデリン様の大好きなんだ。月を開拓しながら僕ら自身の気持ちも僕らはだから、どうか間違ってたのならいくらでも直しま。
間違っ例えば地上にはマッピングウェイ、アーテリスには高い山があり、あなたは
プディングウェイ。
それはふむ、言葉でフィクシー族に習った魔法が使えるかもしれません。後で試してみるといたしましょう。そしてですが、そうですね、私がまだ子供だった頃、彼女はうんと悩んだ後にこう言った。まだ読めていない本の続き、今話している誰かとまた話せたらいいな。
よく
私もまだ学んで、これをインクです。私が嘘で先導せずとも、どうかそれを待ってはいただけないでしょうか。人を知っていくうちに、付き合い方や月の変えるべきところが見えてくるかもしれない。何より互いにとってより良い
わかりました。ぜひ
All
お願い
right.
いたしますわ。
We're caught up now. I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
お聞きの通りです。私はここに残り、レポリットと共に月を整えます。
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loperates to ensure that all is in order.
サンクレット、あなたはまさかリーンを見捨てるような選択はしないでしょ?
Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
他の皆さんも同様です。きっと最後の瞬間まで星を捨てず、共存世界を犠牲にしない方法を探すでしょう。
To accept failures is to accept the demise not only of our star, but at our reigns, of all reflections and souls that call them home.
だからこそです。いざという時は月で逃げられる段取りがされていた方が、そちらも心置きなくあがけるかと。
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that last drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
わかった。俺たちがしくじったら、あの星の連中を必ずお前が救ってやってくれ。
If the worst come to worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
ええ、そのような時には、あなた方ごと引っ張り上げますので、ご容赦を。
I, though, mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term. That flower, how came it into your possession? Well, very like her. It's like we come to know her true intentions, which remains in a mystery even to us. Time we call it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
勝手に焦ってしまって、あなた方にも失礼を。本当に申し訳ありませんでしたわ。
Well, I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
おあいこよ。こちらも強行手段に出てしまったし、グローウィングウェイたちに謝っておいてもらえると助かるわ。
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. To convey our apologies of Growingway and the others.
承知いたしました。私たちはひとまず人について学びながら、地上の皆様の決断をお待ちしますわ。
But of course, when next we welcome our guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts.
それにあたって協力者のことをお伝えしようと思うのですが。
Circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
ああ、大丈夫よ。どうせシャーレアンの哲学者議会でしょ。
Agreed. The Charlian Forum, yes.
ご存知でしたの？
Well, it's pretty obvious. What? How did you know?
状況から見てね。あなたたちの話していた協力者の行動に彼らの動きが当てはまっていたのよ。
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement.
サモン会にかけられてまでラビリンソスや禁書庫を調査しておいた甲斐があったわ。
Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tomes in labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their
詳しい
plans.
話は地上に戻ってからにしましょうか。アルキノたちも待ちわびているでしょうしね。
But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough. Yeah, then am I the Watcher? It was a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. The servants served well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs to be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you and all our fellow science. When the next return to Aetherus, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Flying. I'll be back. Yeah. Oh. There you are, beginning to worry, abandon all quests. Now to the Heimdall. Follow me. According to our records, this vessel landed on the moon about 5 years ago. It's been a wonderful source of spare parts, and also of horrible mechanical monsters. But never you mind that. I've been here countless times by now, so you can leave the salvaging to simply relax and enjoy the view. 5 years ago. So, Dollar Moon? Oh, boil my carrots. This colorful expletive is followed by a telltale screech of a leopard in distress. Perhaps you ought to check on Dreaming. Yeah, let's see who TP is. Thank heavens you were here. I tried to run, but I tripped. That gray sand is not nearly as pleasant when it's in my mouth, let me tell you. And yeah, I thought I was hoping to show you what a complete and capable worker I could be. I didn't manage to get the parts we need though, so also the ends well. Meet me at the Caratorium and see you can't fix the caretaker. one way or another. Yeah, is that spam in the chat again? As you can see, this is the caretaker that needs our attention. Everything's not even able to move right now, but it'll be as good as new once I'm done with it. Put this over there, stick the thingamabob in the what's it, and restore to pristine condition in no time at all. Most operators know enough to make similar repairs, though it's really nothing special. And I cannot even imagine how one would go about building such a machine from scratch. No, something tells me my dream lies elsewhere. Suppose there's more than we had to go on before, though. Not to mention there's still one more job of mine that I haven't shown you yet. Would you care to see how we grow carrots? Well then, let's hop to it. Here's one last demonstration for you. Okay, now you're excited to learn about the wonderful world of carrot cultivation? Well, there's a lot to it, truth be told. We simply place the seeds in the machine, water them, and then reap the sweet rewards. So easy that, well, that anyone can do it. And as far as I know, you're an anyone. Why not try it yourself? Oh, completing the menial task is so much more fun with friends. Pray take these seeds and follow me. I do believe there's an open creation station nearby. The carefree tossing motion of yours seems to have scattered the seeds nicely. Now, of course, they'll need water. Water crystals, to be precise, and this isn't the only machine in need of replenishment. Why don't you pay a visit to the sparkling supply station over in the northeast corner and bring a crate of crystals to the creation station nearby? About a bucket of crystals to the carrot creation station to the southwest before your arms give out. You have 90. Oh my god. This crap. Okay. Here, take this look at it. That should be enough to make our carrots grow nice and big, and the machine converts them into water bit by bit, so we never need to worry that the seedlings are too wet or too dry. Oh ho, don't you just love that sound? What, do you not hear that tone just now? It's telling us that there are carrots ready for harvesting. They're not at this station, but I'm certain I heard the joyous sound of 2 ripened carrots. We may as well see this through to the end. Pulling them is the best part. Do I smell carrots? That was rhetorical. It definitely smells like carrots in here. Mouth-watering. That's really all there is to it. And to my days, to put it plainly, I apologize for not being more interesting to follow around. So, have you have any ideas for a dream that would suit Laporite for me? Loprit for me? Maybe you should consider one of your hobbies. I don't have any hobbies. Seems it just wasn't meant to be. I should never have taken such an extraordinary name, being so very ordinary myself. You only had some sort of skill to set me apart from the others, aside from hearing things no one else does, I suppose. Good, yay. Have you tried making music? Oh, I've read about this music of yours, though I'm afraid I can't make heads up nor tails of the notation. Do you really think I could learn how to create something so inscrutable? What are you two up to? You were just suggesting that I put the dream in dreaming way through the pursuit of music. Music. I can't say I'm familiar. Yes, we Loperites can do something similar, a whole long nose face thing. Let's just try and see how it sounds. Come on, Ockingway. 1, 2, 3. Goodness, that's terribly fun. I must confess, humming intended has a certain charm that snorting or shrieking does not. What the heck? I'd be interested in more such music, I dare say. There, that'll be my dream. Bring joy to others through music. Who knows, perhaps I can inspire others to pursue their own dreams too. What are those noises? What's this all about? Why, the gift of music, of course, like this. I think that might be enough musicking for one day. I don't know how I'll ever thank you again. You changed my life. Finally, I can hold my head high, knowing that my heart will guide my way forward. Dreamway has a dream. Cannot thank you enough for helping my dear friend. Didn't realize he was so upset over not having a dream. You helped him as only a person of Icarus could. I still have my other tasks to attend to, of course, but I promise to practice every day. Eventually, I want to go beyond just humming and compose original music. Then next we meet, I hope you'll once again let me an ear, maybe even two. Crit, crit, crit. Tenacity, vitality, though. Crit. And Pretty sure I can unlock Beast Strike here. Oh, I have not done Beast Strike for the day. Okay. MSQ. Your excursion in the moon concluded. Yeshua is keen to return to Ethos. The Loppers in Urianger's capable hands, we didn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there's much to discuss with Alfin and the others. Let's return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. It looks fun. I've forgotten how cold it was here in Garlemald, a testament to the Loppers' ingenuity that I felt no such discomfort on the moon. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back, but we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I like to imagine, how everyone is getting on here as well. They've only just begun to treat the temperate prisoners when we left. Share your curiosity, but warning our allies of 5 days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course, the heads of state of every nation must know wonderful. They know not when or where, or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Good to see you all again. No worse for a lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now. Believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the temper inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their temper. Will all the temperate be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until the patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. And for Elfino and Elze's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Allies to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anne was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For Mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you had experienced in Tapnir. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To extend this endeavor, the Beast Tribes have received instructions and the magics needed to cure Temporary. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Proxy affords her so many visitors. That's sarcasm. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts as well as those of our comrades in Yunfar. As for the contingent, several members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Temperate has been completed. Lucia and I will remain along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. Empire may be no more, but there are those who need to call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So what of the moon and the telephone? Well, listen. Zodiac's dead. I did it. I'm the hero. Also, that means the final days are coming. Final days. Gods, I pray your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There's still so much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in Stead? Yes, of course. I'll send word forthwith. You also release your fellow Scions from their present duties that they might return to Charlene. Their energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Krill, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let's be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After a confrontation with Zodiar, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is a merit in doing so. If you're expecting pure destruction to follow, you won't find one. You're the only foe he considers worthy. And even if my men found him, who but you could ever hope to bring low that monster? Pray forget I entertain the notion. On the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounced the Crown Prince and condemned his rule in the Empire's downfall. His rare title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viata Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Bandana is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he is not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I'll not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlene. You're up! Welcome back, Kane. We're so terribly worried about you. Though it's plain I've caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Madeline called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. The police were faint but desperate, and I knew that once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream, barely remembered. My body pulling through the light stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh. For it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zon. That I could laugh at time like this, though it prevented the Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world. I'm curious to know what else took place there. Prevented is an understatement. I smashed them. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let's reconvene in the main hall once they arrive. This ever gonna be less messy? Yes, wait for my Conrad to arrive. Where did I have kept you all waiting? Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Rianjay be joining us? Nope. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid. Though King can explain why better than I. Final days, as befell Amarant. And we had to escape via the moon? One of the source and its reflections. I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruins. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarant, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing, but it should not go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amarotans could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mayor Lemmentoren. There's still so much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarotans' creation magics. But we command no such power, which invites the question what havoc is in store for us. If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Shit. Give the interruption, but I have urgent news. The forum is holding a public assembly, and the plaza outside some sort of announcement. What is Fud up to now? There's only one way to find out. Asian music? Why? Order, I say.
急な招集に応じてくれたことに深く感謝しよう。
Thank you all for gathering here on such short
今日これ
notice.
からする話はシャーレアンの今後、いや世界の今後にまつわる重大なもの。
They will speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Charlotte, nay, of this very star.
故にあえて古き議会のあり方にのっとり、できる限りすべての市民に集まってもらったのだ。
That affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly.
近頃国外においてテロホロイと名乗る集団が騒ぎを起こしているのを耳にした者もいるだろう。
You may have heard rumors of the Telephori and the habit of these madmen
そ
who
れ
wreak
自体は
abroad.
人の世にありふれた騒乱に過ぎない。しかし彼らが終末という言葉を用いたことで哲学者議会は警戒を強めていたのだ。
Under normal circumstances, we pay little heed to petty disturbances outside of borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether.
我々はかつて去るお方から予言を預かった。
For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld.
終末の最悪を招かんとする者、地に名を馳せしとき、真なる終末が天より注ぎて星を食らわん。
The unbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend in the power of the very storm.
聞いたことのない予言だ。
不吉だわ。災いを暗示しているのかしら。
まあ待て、具体的に話したいところだが、そのためにはまず我々にかけられた魔法を解かねばならん。
Calm yourselves. Time has come to speak of the foreign's most sacred duties. And first,
我らのほどの葉を覆うものよ、消えたまえ。今しめはことごとく解けよ。
with voice to the voiceless, let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
これでようやく我々が抱えてきた使命を明らかにできる。
Master Levelier, if you would.
承知しました。
Very well.
遡ることおよそ270年前、我らが祖先は低地ドラバニアにて政界探索を敢行した。
270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravidian hinterlands in search of a route to access the Ethereal Sea.
それについては皆も知るところだろう。だがその真なる成果は議会によって秘されてきた。
As much as public knowledge, their findings, however, would become the foreign's most closely guarded secret.
彼らは探索の最中で開口したのだ。星の医師ハイデリンに
Those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the Ethereal Sea, but the very heart of our star, and Heidelin herself.
ハイデリンは我らの祖先に先の予言を、星を終焉に導くような最悪が訪れる可能性を示唆し、同時に一つの救いを提示した。
He spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life and of a means by which we might be spared.
月は巨大な船であると。そこに地上の生命を運び、新天地を目指すように教えたのだ。
The moon, this in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver.
箱舟によって大洪水による破滅を逃れた。
Fingers,
らが
man.
始祖ニュンクレフのように
Much like Nunkrev's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death into a new home.
事実、月にはハイデリンの要する協力者がおり、我々は幾度か彼らと交信を行ってきた。
Needless to say, this would be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the foreign has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydelin, who presently reside on the
もっ
moon.
て予言を事実になりうるものだと確信した我らは、この国を発展させると同時に、月へと運び出すべき知恵を収集してきたのだ。
Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
それを今明かしたということは、まさかその最悪の到来が近いのですか？
Reveal this to us now, by the gods. How long do we have?
月の協力者から時来たれりの信号があった。もはやいつ星が終焉を迎えてもおかしくない。
We cannot say for certainty. We believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago.
よって我らはこれよりこの星からの大撤収を行う。
Which is why we must in earnest begin preparation for the great exodus.
本計画を主導するのは、低地ドラバニアからの大撤収でも手腕を振るった彼、フルシュの氏だ。
For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Lavalier to oversee this initiative.
知恵ある者よ、賢き同胞よ。これから起こる未曾有の危機は、未だかつてないほど世界を混乱に陥れるだろう。
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented
故にこ
scale.
そ、我らシャーレアンの民は、冷静に、よどみなく、世界の救済に向けて進まなければならない。
We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation.
断言しよう。我らの英知は、それを果たすに足るものだと。
The wisdom of Shaolin has ever been a shining beacon in darkness, and so it shall continue to be.
皆が良き船員となり、凛々しきニュンクレフとなるのだ。必ずやこの荒波を乗り越え、最悪後の新時代を共に生きよう。
It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations, for those who will come after will brave a new frontier.
具体的な方策は追って各機関より伝達する。焦らずに普段の仕事を維持しつつ指示に従ってほしい。では解散。
Administrative edicts will be relayed to major institutions before long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I be going. Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions before long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
ねえ、アルフィノ。この前、お母様から言われたことを覚えてる？
Do you remember what Mother told us when we
お
visited
父
home?
様が議員としての活動に心血を注ぐようになったのは、私たちが生まれてからだって。
Until after we were born, that father seemed to lose himself in his work.
その活動っていうのが、星からの脱出計画を進めることなら、お父様が逃がしたかったのは。
If that great work of his was the evacuation of the star, then
ああ、きっとそうだったのだろうね。
yes, it wasn't for his benefit.
すまない。少しだけ時間をもらってもいいだろうか。一言、父と話してきたいんだ。
Mind waiting here for a moment? I wish to speak with father before we leave. Take your time.
ありがとう。ちゃんと伝えてくるよ。
Shouldn't be long.
私も一緒に行くわ。伝えたいことは同じでしょうけど。
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with father as well.
どうした？また逃げずに戦えとでも言いに来たのか？
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable?
いいえ、私たちは哲学者議会の計画に反対はしません。逃げることを望む人を安全に逃がしてあげてほしい。
Nay, we do not object to the forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so.
お父様もご存知のウリエンジがとどまっています。何かあれば彼がシャーレアンと月のクルーたちをつないでくれるでしょう。
Ranjay is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
お前たちはどうするつもりだ？
And whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
私たちはさまざまな土地を旅し、多くの文化や人に触れてきました。
Though we cannot boast the balanced wisdom of Shalian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples.
そこかしこに地図や書物で見るだけでは測りきれないような時間と思いの積み重ねがあった。
These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome nor charted
そ
on
う
any
した
map.
ものを守り、愛し、求め、時に命を懸けて挑んだ人たちを大勢見てきました。
The beating heart of this
彼らは
planet
この大地とこの星と共に生きているのです。
is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love.
それだけじゃない。シャーレアンや月の技術をもってしても救えない場所にだってかけがえのない仲間がいる。
Many may choose to join in the end, but what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What will you have them do?
だから私は今度こそ胸を張ってこう答えましょう。
To know the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but it is indolence.
彼らのために、彼らと共に私は戦い続けると。時に声を張り、時に武器を抜きながら。
This is why we choose to fight.
分かってくれってもう言わないわ。ただお父様にも見ていてほしい。
We will not ask for your understanding, Father, only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done, that we can still do.
子供だからできないとか、賢い者は争いを避けるべきだとか、そういう決めつけはなしで。
We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to our principles and let the world burn, if it please. But we believe there is another way.
私たちが走っていく姿、ちゃんと見ててよね。
And if there is, we'll find it. You see, if we don't.
邪魔をしないならばそれでいい。
Do as you will, just stay out of our way.
いい単価だったんじゃない？かっこよかったわよ、二人とも。
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of both of you.
あそこまで言い切ったんじゃ、無策だってなんだって、そうそう音を上げられないな。
Bold words call for bold action, and there will be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
あげないわよ。最後の最後まで。ここで生きたい人がいる限り、週末に立ち向かってやるわ。
As if I ever would, so long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for the star, we have to do what we can to help them.
だとしたら一度しっかり休んでおかないとな。ここのところそれぞれ強行軍だったんだ。
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested.
特にお前はゾディアークとの戦いも含めてぶっ続けだろう。今日はもうフラフラ出歩かずに分間で休めよ。
We agree, having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen wings.
それじゃあみんなで帰ろうか。また明日から戦うために。
Shall we, then, to the annex to prepare for tomorrow? We? Since you came, I've heard a great deal about your recent exploits, as has everyone else. Does not feel confident in recommending you for associate level hunts. The challenges you face from here on out will be significantly tougher to contend with, but I wager you can handle them. You've yet to give me a reason to believe otherwise. Associate specimens are not only more threatening, but also more difficult to track down. You have to seek them out in the world's most inaccessible and inhospitable reaches. Like bloody Garlemald gods, I hate that place. Now, if Elsabard's unfriendly North was our only problem, simply remind you to strap on your furs and take some ale for the road. But, well, perhaps it's best if you ask Jalakshai what she's working on. There's nothing quite like hearing straight from the chocobo's mouth. Yes, I heard from her here. If Norforta insists, I'll tell her precisely what I'm dealing with at the moment. Let's look at the request from Chrysael, shall we? She's Charlotte's sole xenobiologist. A self-proclaimed one, mind you, and it's her resident threat to prove that life exists upon stars rather than on. Astronomers have long since banned her from their meetings and refused any requests she makes on principle, but alas, we have no such luxury. She's been demanding samples from the moon for some time now, despite the obvious impossibility of acquiring them. Sausage hunts often present such challenges, ones with no ready solution. Though we glean and spread ourselves on our resourcefulness, all we can do in such cases is post them on the board and hope for a miracle. Try telling that to the clients though. In any case, I'll be thankful if you take a look at the board and try your hand at any bills that suit you. The guild ship has high hopes for success. No pressure, of course. Automated cavalry. They don't provide that much XP though. Who tells me the forum made a rather momentous announcement, so there's to be a great exodus. I reminded of my narrow escape from the island of Vale, the realization that running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me? I asked myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder there's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or the lack thereof? We're here and we'll get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Please don't put me in a cutscene. I want to change clothes. That's actually really creepy. What the heck? Who is it? The visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? Yes, stolen. None of those. It's whoever I pick it to be. That's interesting.
こんばんは。起きていてくれてよかったわ。
You're still awake? Good.
とりあえず、そのまま動かないでいてもらえて。
Might I trouble you to stand still for a moment?
問題はなさそうね。
Nothing appears out of the ordinary.
ほら、あなた第一世界で戦っていた時に、大積杭が放出した光を溜め込んでいたでしょ。
Precautionary measure. You'll record that serving as a vessel for abundant light in the first very nearly ended poorly.
そういう前科があるから、ゾディアークを倒しても異変がなかったか、 改めて見ておこうと思ったのよ。
In your recent battle on the moon, you were almost certainly exposed to similar, if not greater, forces. Fortunately, from what I can see, you and your ether are none for the worse for wear.
リーンがいない以上、気づいてあげられるのは私くらいでしょうしね。
With that ring, we're here to confirm my
仕方
assessment.
のない状況だったとはいえ、あのゾディアークと真っ向勝負だなんて。
I think you actually found yourself in a direct confrontation with Zodiac.
その前は別人の体に入れられていたし、あなた、何か物騒な呪いでもかけられているのではなくて。
As if Xena's gallivanting about in your body was not misfortune enough, she often stupid
というのは冗
fingers.
談だとしても、第一世界でアーモロートを訪れた頃のあなたの魂は本当に亀裂だらけだったのよ。
Forgive me, that was in poor taste. I recall vividly how battered and broken it was in the depths of
見
Amarok.
せられるものなら戒めに見せてあげたいくらい。私はもう二度とあんな痛々しいもの見たくないわ。
Would that you could have seen it with your own eyes, mayhap then you would understand why the greater part of me is glad you did not. It was a horror beyond description.
分かったら時には自分を大事になさいな。それから何かあったら相談すること。理解できて。
Also, you'll be careful that you will seek my counsel if you feel unwell.
なら私は退散するわ。シャーレアンの夜は冷えるから暖かくしてきちんとベッドに入って眠るのよ。
It's my heart that aches, if only a touch. I suspect it will grow colder as the night wears on, so do be sure to stay warm. We can stay warm together.
アジントタ、良い夜を。
Sleep well and may the shadows keep you. 'While Eldria in the Alamigan Quarter. This is the first place too, okay.
ここから見えていたあの不気味な塔、消えてくれて本当に良かったわね。
Like the gods of tower is gone, the sight of it is enough to make me sick.
何でも例のイルサバード派遣団が帝都で元凶を排除したらしい。それで各地の塔もきれいさっぱりだそうだ。
Like the Ilsabut contingent, more like word is that they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one either. All the towers have up and vanished.
ありがたいわ。ラウバーン様たちが防備を固めてくれていたのもあって大きな被害が出なかったのが不幸中の幸いよ。
And I heard the same. Commander Eldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum too.
でも派遣団といえばガレマルドから帝国人のテンパードを大勢連れてきたとか。大丈夫なのかしら。
Was it true they brought back temperate Garlean soldiers?
ラウバーン様の説明によると、エオルゼア四国で分担して彼らの治療に当たるらしいが、うちには当面迎え入れる予定はないらしい。
Commander Eldin tells it they a treatment for that now. But don't you worry, cured or not, they have no plans to bring them into the city proper.
さあ、褒められたことじゃないでしょうけど、少し安心しちゃったわ。
I see. Well, that's a relief then.
同じアラミゴ人の中でだって帝国に組みしていた人たちとどう向き合ったらいいのか悩むことがあるもの。
No, if brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
そうだな。アラガー アーナの長が中心になってその辺りを支援する活動が始まったとは聞くが。
They don't think about it for a while yet. They are to be looked after in Elegana for the time being. Damn it. Meanwhile, in Ishgard, Terranville,
こりゃ
Cedarville.
また随分と大胆なご依頼だな。
Another day, another commission of paramount importance.
さてどうしたもんか。
Well, what do we have here? Hmm?
おい大丈夫か。
Hey, are you alright?
今何か気のせいか。
That? No, the shadow played tricks, nothing more. Does that mean the final days come from people?
各地の塔は消え去って
Negative emotions?
帝国の動向も落ち着きを見せ始めた。
Is that it?
だってのにどうにも空気が重たいのはなんだ。
Why does it feel as though it's about to get much worse? Happening. Lighting way. Oh, yeah. Star was burrowing of brilliant consternation. Okay, that's about to call for you. I'm afraid we received a medical for assistance. This one comes from Ratan Han. The others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. You must join them at once. Oh, there you are. All worst fears had come to pass, but once ago received grim tidings from a contact at Ratan Han. All beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Good gods, are the final days already upon us? It appears so. Sadly, this is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people at Razathan are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Agreed. Krill, you'd best remain here at Tataru and gather what knowledge you can. You're in no condition for a long journey, I imagine. Very well. Similar phenomena may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Let us make first for Yelimat. We must prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead.
Mio, 獣は解き放たれた。それらは人々を殺し、町を焼いた。明日は燃え殻となり、塵となった。滅びは影のように早い。すべてが失われようとしていた。
空が燃えてる。本当に週末が来たんだわ。
The sky burns. The final day is truly upon us.
皆さん、報告をお聞きいただけたのですね。
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
アヒワン殿、状況を詳しく教えていただけますか？
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
昨夜のこと、悲鳴とも地鳴りともつかない音が島中に響き渡りました。
Last night the isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out.
まもなく空が燃え出した。それに前後して見たこともないような獣が現れ、暴れ始めたのです。
Aloft the heavens began to burn. From all about unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage.
いえ、この表現では正しくありませんね。
No, to say they came forth would be inexact.
人が突然転じたのです。恐るべき異形の獣に。
People of Razathan themselves transformed into these baleful fiends.
異変は島の至るところで起こっていますが、ラザハンで最初に確認されたひときわ強大な獣が特に甚大な被害をもたらしている。
Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city.
その個体を神話に登場する人であり獣である神、神獣のまがいものであるとして擬神獣と名付けました。
Though they bear superficial resemblance to the divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies.
擬神獣は今島の北側に回って暴れています。これより
So that's the dungeon,
討
right?
伐を試みるところです。
The large one's rampage has seen taken it to the northern reaches of the island, aiming to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
ブリトラのやつはどうしてるんだ？
And what of Vitra?
我々に先駆けて単身北側に向かわれました。しかし
Vitra too makes for a novel of his own accord, and yet
ブリトラ様は義神獣や獣たちが己の愛する領民であったことを心得ていらっしゃいます。
he knows the blasphemy and his minions were but yesterday his beloved people.
あのお方の慈悲深さが命取りにならぬと良いのですが。
He prays boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
状況は分かりました。義神獣の討伐作戦、ぜひ我々にも協力させてください。
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid in your calling this threat.
なんと心強き申し出か。深く感謝いたします。
You urge your lives to help us again. I have no words to express my gratitude.
聖戦士団は複数のルートで島の北側に向かっています。いくつかの部隊がここイエドリマンの船着き場から船で北上する予定です。
Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Yetliman.
暁の皆さんも同様に船で北側にお送りします。上陸地点にはうっそうとした密林が広がっている。義神獣以外の獣たちに遭遇する可能性もあるでしょう。
They'll make landfall in an area of dense jungle where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt.
どうか念入りに戦いのお支度を。私は船着き場でお待ちしております。
I'll leave you to your preparation. You'll find me at the docks when you are ready to depart. We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go. Everyone has assembled. Yes, I thank you for lending us your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan to attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around the north side of the island. There you'll find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. It's a sacred wood, home to many temples and number of villages. Vitra and the Radiant host have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. Vanaspati. Righto. We'll survey the environs closely as we go about our search. There may be some clues as to how we can combat this phenomenon. Up. Let's go. Let's go. God save us, Terminus Trampler. What is happening to the Ether? This is just like the Sin Eaters. What's that sound? Virtua?
来てくれたのか。聞いてくれ。この偉業はサベネアの子らなのだ。捕らえた。この子らを傷つけるなど私には。捕らえた。
やっつけるわよ。
躊躇していては悲劇を止められないか。ならば私は空を舞う偉業を打とう。君たちは鍛え。
The heck is that? Right, let's go. It's too late for us. Too late for us all.
行くぞ。捕らえた。
Okay, let's see how that looks.
ここで沈んでもらう。
Stolen? It's kind of disappointing. It was pretty easy.
なんとまがまがしい気配なんだ。あちこちに獣が満ちている。みんな警戒して進むのだ。
What is that? the weather apocalypse. The heck? Jellyfish in the sky? Oh no. So it's pretty much the opposite of what happened in the first, right? It's the opposite. Similar to what happened in the first. Slaying is not my thing. It is? Okay. Thought I was always being maybe.
捕らえた。 見せどころだな。捕らえた。 捕
Wait, an elephant trunk for tail? Oh god. Yes, up top. Wait, that's not it? Oh, damn. They replace. That's so ugly. Holy crap. Am I in combat? I think so. Yep. It's a clip. I should have done that. Wrong button, damn it. Svarbanu. Yes, over here is stolen. Let's go! What is happening? I don't know. Blue, do I not do blue? Okay. So we're doing opposites. Why are you running away, bro? Damn it. That's a really boring dungeon. Oh, I have got it. Woohoo. As I feared. What is it?
そこに疑心獣がいて、今消滅した。そうなんでしょう。
The beast was there and now it's no more, yes?
ああ、その通りだが、まさかお前には見えてなかったのか。
Indeed, we saw it plain, but you didn't, did you?
疑心獣も他の人から転じた獣たちも見えないからこそ見えていたわ。
I saw nothing, not the blasphemy that perish here, not the other man-turned beast. And because of this, I now see all too well.
ないのよ、エーテルが。私の視界だと空白になっているの。
Wait, then how were you fighting with me? There's no ether where the creatures should be. I saw naught but emptiness.
それはどういう
Emptiness, but that would mean
月の監視者が言っていた言葉。古代人たちは天脈が循環不全を起こしている場所から星が腐り始めたと見たという話。
all the words of the Watcher. It was a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow leading to decay and absence that led to the ancients to conclude their star was dying.
その通りだったんだわ。人から獣に転じた瞬間にエーテルが腐り落ちてしまうのよ。
This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud.
体はもちろん魂まで何一つ残らず。
Until from their corporal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
でも疑心獣は何か言ってるみたいだった。人だった頃の思いが残ってるってことじゃないの？
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man was endured.
そうね。完全に腐り果てるまでならば。けれどそれは消えかけの残滓に過ぎないわ。
Mayhap so, but even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
そんな。それじゃ元には戻せないってこと？
Gods be good, you're saying they cannot be saved?
私たちの知っている方法では。
Not by any means known to me.
完全に無になってしまうのだもの。おそらくどんな方法をもってしても戻すことはできないわ。
By any means at all, like as not, for there is naught left to save.
正解にすら帰れないのか。
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
異形の獣たちの勢いが衰えない。
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable.
群れの長たる役目を持つならばあるいはと
When deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate.
元は皆サベニアの子だった。どれだけこの牙にかけなければならないのだ。
Proud sons and daughters of Tavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
ブリトラ様、皆さん、よくぞご無事で。
Ithra, my friends, I'm heartened to see you safe.
いいのか、竜の姿を見せて。
But you're a secret at risk.
ええ、彼らは真実を知る腹心たちです。何よりもこの秘密はもはや明かされなければならない。
Closest to me already know the truth, a truth I must now share with one and all.
恐れながらブリトラ様、この悪夢のごとき最悪を前にしてラザハンは悲鳴と慟哭に埋め尽くされております。
The true calamity has come to Razathan, our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair.
今こそ強き大使が必要なのです。どうか真相を告げ、ブリトラ様を御自ら民を率いてくださいませ。
More than ever, it requires strong leader to shepherd us through the storm, reveal true self to our people, Ritra, and guide us to salvation.
何を馬鹿げたこと。君が動転してどうする、アヒワン。
Madness is this Ahiwan. Ahiwan. Thou dost forget thyself.
大使まで竜であったなどと言い出せば、民を一層の混乱に叩き落とすだけだ。
To reveal duplicity, it would not but foster confusion and chaos.
私はこのまま大使の盟友たる竜として獣たちを払い続ける。民に寄り添い、なだめるのは君の役目だ。
Nay, I shall remain the satrap's loyal ally and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task and thine alone.
すまないが、暁の皆もアヒワンに手を貸してやってほしい。
I ask that you remain at Ahimon's side and render unto him what aid you may.
この事態を究明し、対策を立てるには君たちの力が必要だ。
I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Razathan will not survive.
おい、天竜。
Take me with you.
俺を連れて行け。空中戦にも多少の自信はある。
I'm fighting in the air as I'm on land. Take me with you.
話を聞いていなかったのか。こちらは私一人でいい。君たちはアヒワンを手伝ってくれ。
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Ahimon's side.
エステニアン、受け取れ。
Stinin, here.
お前がめんどくさがって持とうとしなかった暁のリンクパールだ。
It's the last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl.
ブリトラが別行動するっていうなら連絡手段がいるだろう。それを持ったお前がついていれば俺たちも助かる。
You gain much from knowing your elevated perspective, and it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you loathe.
だそうだ。観念した方が良さそうだぞ、大使様。
You heard the man. Seems like I'm coming after him.
加減をしない。振り落とされても構わないなら背に乗るがいい。
And I pray thy grip is iron, be it on thy head if thou chance to fall.
上等だ。さあ、とっとと空を制しに行くぞ。
Fair enough. Now, shall we? This once dragon-hating dragoon is now riding on a dragon.
し訳ございません。ブリトラ様のおっしゃる通り、この事態を収めるため、引き続きご協力いただけるでしょうか。
I fear it is as Vitra says, we will not survive this on our own, while I'm loath to impose upon you again.
もちろんです。私たちはそのためにこの地へ来たのですから。
I would insist if you did not. That's the very reason we came. We come.
重ねて感謝。ひとまずはラザハンの都まで戻るといたしましょう。
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to capital and plan our next course of action. Our Radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city, though it pains me to know those beasts were once my own people. There is no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. Just a lot of paint. I mean, dye. Okay. Worry not, I can see your ether and that of our companions. We have not suffered the fate of those unfortunate souls. Heaven's burden is very heavy, yet he need not bear it alone. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduta for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. Time is of the essence. Let's split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Elize and I will see Paxa's path. Dankred and Ishtola pray make for Dharma. I'll leave Artra to Graha, and any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduta, that we might share what we've learned with this trap. You're gonna want to follow me, aren't you? No, it's not. It's not. I really, really want to attune to this. I don't think I'll be able to, though. It's gonna suck, but 1 foot. I think that's it for the stream. I'll just go through the miscellaneous stuff.